Over to you, Laura.
Thank you very much, Hira. And I think, as you can see in the comments, it was definitely a wonderful presentation. It was really great to see such a comprehensive, but also sadly alarming overview of the current situation in Pakistan. And I particularly liked those really specific practical recommendations that you gave us. I think as UNDP, we will be definitely taking them on board for our future work in this space across our crisis prevention and governance portfolios. And we'll also be sharing with our implementing partners as well. I loved the pledge, and I think it would be great if the organizations participating today can also take up the same pledge to support survivors. One of the objectives for UNDP support in this space is really to help provide a platform for organizations such as the STAG and other women peace and security activists to share materials, experiences, insights to amplify outreach and enhance the impact of the women peace and security programming here in Pakistan. We would love to hear your thoughts, I mean, Hira, and also all of the other participants today, on how we might be able to support that connectivity between the different actors. And if any of the other participants have any thoughts on this, or again, any questions for Belinda or Hira, we would ask you to please put your comments in the questions and answers. And I think, Hira, you'll be staying with us for a while, so if you could also check in on there and answer any questions. Thank you once again for the excellent presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Hira. As we now move on to our panel section, we really want to hear from other young women just as enthusiastic and passionate as Hira on the subject, who are doing innovative and impactful work in the women, peace and security field. We are grateful to have Ms. Tanzila Mazhar join us today as a moderator for our panel session. Tanzila is a journalist and anchor with more than 17 years of experience. She's the co-founder of Women in Media Alliance Pakistan and works tirelessly on gender rights, media freedoms, and social reforms in collaboration with a network of national and international partners. As you know, the media is a great ally in this campaign, and we're very lucky to have Tanzila with us today. Tanzila, I'll pass over to you now to introduce our distinguished panel members and kick off today's discussion. Thanks.
Thank you, Laura. And thank you for wonderful recommendations, Hira. Now we would be moving to our panel discussion today, and we're talking about how to enhance the role of women in conflict and conflict resolution and peace building. And you know, in Pakistan, stereotyping is one major challenge for women because there are certain areas, there are certain issues where women perspective is not allowed. So we would be listening from very young and vibrant leaders. First of all, we have with us Yusra Hussain. She's founder of Agahi, which is working to end gender stereotypes and spread awareness about gender-based violence in young women. Thank you, Yusra, for joining us. And we have Mahira Ahmed. She is a leading peace activist. She arranges programs on interfaith and peace resolutions, and she is also arranging visits to increase community resilience, and her programs are basically on interfaith harmony. Thank you, Mahira. And we have Mahira Mianji. She's founder of Women is a Nation welfare organization working to empower women through the power of education. Thank you, three of you, as we are going to hear some wonderful experiences from you. So first of all, I would like to know what exactly you are working and what experiences you are coming across in the field. So Yusra, if we could start with you, if you could brief us about work you are doing.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on the panel. I really just want to say there were the presentations that was given before, Hira and Belinda. These were wonderful, very powerful. Thank you very much for that. And to answer your question, Tanzila, yeah, like you just mentioned earlier, I am working as a founder of an organization that goes by the name of Agahi. It's an acronym for Aware Girls About Abuse, Harassment, and Equal Empowerment. So basically, we are trying to spread awareness about harassment and gender-based issues and women rights in not only young girls but young people, because, like Hira said, it was in her recommendations as well. I strongly believe that we may not even live to see that change, but we think that if we at least aware the young people who are going to be the future of Pakistan, uh, there will be a change in future. But it's because the mindset that we are living in, the stereotypical mindset, it's really really hard to change that. But in order to just um, make it easier for us to live in a better environment where women have their rights, I think it needs to be changed from the grassroots level. So we are working on introducing curriculum in the schools that gives sessions on women rights and social awareness, how to defend oneself in an environment where a woman is not feeling safe, how to see how women are in situations of harassment or even abuse and they think that it's all right, and we just go out and tell them that this is not right, this is not this is how you need to respond in such situations. And like one of the recommendations of FIRA was that we need to give safe spaces to the women. This is also one of the things that we do in our organization. We um, reach out to like different community levels in university, colleges, maybe in someone's home. We have a safe space. We sit together. We like, just talk our heart out. Create a safe space for women who want to speak, who cannot speak to their family members, to their friends, who just want to speak to a stranger and just forget about it. So these are small, tiny activities that we are doing in this organization. Yes.
Surely having a big impact. I would come back to you, Yusra, to know
Thank
about
you.
challenges of work you are doing. But I would like to hear from Mamoona. If you could tell us about your work and your organization, Mamoona.
Yeah, hi, this is Mahira Ahmed, and I was a founder of Peace Promoters. Basically, this was an idea to bridge a communication gap which exists among different religious groups and ethnic groups. And we have just proposed the idea to the UNDP in the Youth Innovation Challenge. We successfully got the grant. And then further, we have worked with the diverse group of youth, which were supposed to, visit the different religious spots like mosques and gurdwaras, temples, and church. We were supposed to sit together and talk about the stereotypes, talk about the negative preperceptions of the people, just to just to break those stereotypes. And this is very important, I believe, for the youth to sit and talk, because when we start talking about the issues, we come up with the solutions, we come up with the with such with diverse ideas to work on the problem, or to solve the issues. So we have provided a platform to the Peshawar youth to come up with their preperceptions, and let give them a chance to clear their preperceptions and talk directly to the concerned people. Like as you know, there are preperceptions that Muslims never eat with the non-Muslims. So yeah, so there were students and youth with us in the group when they come up with that kind of perspective. And then we have negotiation. We talked about the basic grounds, and at the end of our session, they were very welcoming, and they all sit together and had lunch, and they shared their food with each other. So this is I believe success of the peace promoters, that they give a platform to youth where they can talk. Because if we see in the Pakistan, or especially in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, our society is very conservative about when it come up related to the peace, or especially when leader is a female and leading a peace groups. So then, like their perception is she's not supposed to, lead such kind of sensitive issues, and society will bounce back to her. So this was an idea to, like, break such kind of stereotypes and work for my society, where youth, at least youth, can talk freely to each other, and they can discuss issues, they can discuss many things, sit together, and even eat together, and be friends with each other, like without any boundaries. They can interact with each other. So yeah, this was a peace promoter initiative.
Wonderful. Mamuna, thank you for sharing your experience. And I can tell you that making somebody unlearn something in our society is such a huge challenge. And I'm just giving you best wishes because you are our hope. And now we would move to Mahira Mianji. Mahira, please correct me if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. So we would like to hear from you about your work and challenges you are facing in the society and while doing your work, wonderful work rather.
Thank you for having me. My name is Mahira Ahmed, and you pronounced it well. So I lead a nonprofit organization named Women is a Nation, where we strongly believe that a girl with courage is revolution. So I established WIN in 2013 in one of the most violent area of Karachi town named as Liari. Liari is always considered as one of the violent and most extremist town and area of Karachi. So we started teaching girls, and now we have a network of 5,000 girls members with us. And through our trainings, we have reached 20,000 girls in Liari and Karachi. We also have established first girls cafe in Liari, where they can come and share their feelings and the problems they are going through. We are the thematic focus of our work is democracy, human rights, education, and health. So we have done multiple projects, and we have faced a lot of challenges. Like I would like to share few with you. When I established this organization in 2014, I was threatened by a few groups me to stop educating girls. So the work we do in at WIN is that we do enroll women and girls who have never been to school. So in 2014, I was threatened by a group of people. They were the residents of Liari, and they were asking me to shut down my school just because I was teaching the girls. And I faced a lot of problems. They threatened me. They took my brother with them. They abused him. They physically abused him. And then I do remember my niece was only 2 years old at that time, and they just gave the loaded gun to her. And we all were so worried and tense that what I just talked with my father that I'm not doing anything. I'm just educating girls of our society, and why they are threatening me like this? Like I was very young, although I am still young, but I was very young at that age. And I shared it with my father, and he was like, you should work on yourself. So we stopped working. We took a break, like for 2 months. We closed our school, and then we started again. And they started threatening us again. So the third group was very, like, they were very powerful. They sent a few bullets, folding it in a white paper, and they literally said that if you will not stop teaching girls, we will really kill you. At that time I was very frightened, because like it was something that I was not able to take. So I again talked with my father and few other friends, and I remained at home for at least 6 months. I was not able to go out and do my work and teach girls. After 6 months, during these 6 months, I talked with my father, as he is my best friend. I asked him that what am I doing? I'm only sitting at home. I'm not doing anything for myself and for the girls of our community. He then made me realize that, see, you have to die one day. Go out, teach them, and do whatever you want. So at that time, I realized that I should not come under their pressure. I went out with different strategies. I changed my neighborhood. I shifted my school to another neighborhood, and I started teaching again. So this is the most extremist challenge that I have ever faced. But there are few other challenges as a woman you always face, like that if she's a woman, she's going out, she's doing this thing, she's characterless. The most the like if, being a woman living in Pakistan, if you go out and you work, and especially you work with so confident, so they will surely ask that, they will surely tell you that you are a characterless woman. So I mean, these are the challenges that I have faced and I'm still facing.
Thank you, Myra, for sharing, your personal story, and it is indeed inspirational for me and for our, other colleagues who have joined us for today's session. I would go back to Yusra. Yusra, as Mahira has mentioned few challenges, I would like to ask you. You think taking an initiative like your work, how supportive was your family, and what do you think? How important are these initiatives, especially for you as a young women leader?
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I have been very fortunate. My family was very supportive, and they still are. But the society is, not. So yes, I did face the challenges. I will share once. Like, I remember for one time when I went to a school. I wanted to start off from my own high school where I once was studying. For my first awareness session, I set up a time and date with the director of the school. And they asked me about the agenda. I sent them the email. Everything was written in there, the topics that I will be covering and everything. And on on the day of that session, when I was standing also the gates of the school, and they were not letting me in, and I did not know what to do. And I asked them, why are you not letting me in? And they said, we changed our mind, and there are other activities going on this in the school, and you're not supposed to come inside. And then I showed them the email of the director and everyone. I said, can you just see the email? I've blocked my time for this event. I've come all the way from my house, so just let me in. I'm not going to take a lot of time, and it will be a very short session. Just let me do it. It's for the benefit for your own students. So after, like, they just let me in. I was sitting in the principal's office, and it was break time, so all of the girls were, just chatting around and buying their lunch and laughing and running around. And we could see that from the office's window. And the principal, who was also a woman, was sitting in front of me, and she said, why, I still don't know why you're here. Why do you want to talk about harassment and women issues? Just look outside. Look at all those girls. Can you? Why do you think they're oppressed? They're not oppressed. And I was really, I did not, I was dumbfounded. I was like, why are you saying this? It's that you can't just tell this from a person's face. You can tell them what the future holds for them. It's just for their own benefit. It's for their future. It's just equipping them for their future to be ready for it. And you don't know what happens on the street. I mean, you can't really just tell me that you have never faced street harassment. And if you say that, I think you'll be lying, because every 100% of women that I've talked about this, they've been catcalled, they've been harassed. So why do you think that? So I kind of, it was very challenging, very hard, but I convinced them with all of these things, setting the examples, giving them, showing them the videos and stats and all that. And they finally let me in a classroom, where I delivered my speech, and had the activities done and everything. And the girls were so happy to be able to talk about these issues with somebody. And um, I think that was it. That was the time when I realized that this is what I want to do. Just seeing those, that content on the faces of those girls, they just wanted to reach out to me. They wanted to talk about it privately, and I understood why. They wanted to, get access to my organization's email, my social media. And after I came back home, I still receive messages from them. If they face any issue and they can't talk about it at home, they just ask me what they should do about it if they are going through a certain situation. So yeah, it has been challenging, but I think rewarding all the same. So yeah, that's the
That's
journey.
wonderful. And that's true. Actually, our society would tell you all the time that this is okay. Harassment is okay. These are not serious issues. So I think biggest challenge is to make them realize that this is not okay. And you guys are doing that. Mamoona, you are working on, conflict resolution, which is an area where women are usually not consulted, and their opinion is not really, not really being taken. Not only on the society level, but on our state level. Women are thought that they are not really, they are not concerned parties in conflict, and for peace building. So how you cope up with all these challenges, Mamoona?
Yeah, but Yusra said that she was fortunate that her family was, you know, um, uh, like supporting her. But what I experienced, it was very unfortunate that no one was supporting me in the start, because all just thinking that you are playing with the fire, because religion, you can't talk religion, or you can't talk on such sensitive issues. You have to stop your work, and women are not supposed to talk about the peace, and just sit at home or do your job, whatever you are doing. Why you are putting yourself? I think you want to go abroad, that's why you are talking on such issues, like and such kind of things I was facing continuously. And even my friends were saying this to me, that why you are so much interested nowadays in the peace, and this don't you think we all are living peaceful in the Pakistan, and we have minorities, friends from the minorities, and blah blah. Then I have said that, um, um, are you going to, sit with them, or in your experiences, or like we have experienced, we have so many friends from the minorities. They even not tell people that we belong to the such religion. Even their females are not able to put sindoor, which is their when they got married and they start wearing a red color. So they are not even dare to wear sindoor and go freely into the bazaars, or into the market, because people start staring at them, like they are so these kind of issues I was facing. And still I'm facing. One of my colleague, she was a female, and she why I don't know why she was so insecure. She directly threatened me that when you are going to conduct your session, we will ask police to come and and like she was literally harassing me, because she I don't know what's the problem with her, but she said, you are not a registered organization, and why you are arranging such kind of gatherings on the religious spots. And I said, this is our responsibility, because females and children are the most open to the violence. And we need to talk on peace, because without peace, if our society is not peaceful, we are unable to even buy food for us, and we are unable to go outside. Peace is the basic thing. Like we want to work. We should work for peace in our society. We can't change the whole Pakistan, or we can't change the whole KP, but at least we can change few people in Peshawar, and then they will further guide in their community, in their circle, and this will make a peace chain. This is what a
That is
peace
the
chain.
that is the spirit. In the
Yeah.
end, I would like to hear from all of you messages for upcoming young leaders, and I would start with Mahira. If you could, give your message and thoughts for young activists, especially female activists.
I believe if young people, especially girls, if organized, can be the solution of for all problems. And I would request parents, especially members of the society, to support their women and stand with them. And I have a special message for girls that one day, girls, your education, your career, and your money will never wake up and leave you one day. So please focus on your education, focus on your career, and make money.
That's wonderful. And Memuna,
um uh, uh,
so what is
I
your
have
message for female activists?
Yeah, I have a small message that never sit and wait for the funds or for the money that people will come and give you. You are the first spark. Start from your own pocket money, and if you have a spirit, if you have a spark, people will come to you and hold your hand. Just start from your home, from your community. Change always start from your own home, from your own house, and then you will spread your work, and then people will join you, and this journey is never ever bed of roses, or people will welcome you that you are working for the change. Let's come together and we will work. This is always a very hard, and you will face so many troubles, so many problems, but still never lose hope. We are the hope of our our society and our country. Being a female, we have so many potential to bring change in our society, and work for
Thank you,
our next
Memuna.
generations. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And Yusra, what would you like to tell the upcoming young female activists, especially, who are working in your field?
Uh, Firstly, believe in yourself, believe in your ideas. Uh, if you ever feel like quitting, always remember why you started. And always, always, always question things. To all the girls who are listening or who will listen this later, if you feel like something is not right, it is not right. So your gut feeling, it does matter. So please question things. Yeah, that's
Thank you
all.
so much, Yusra Hussain, Memuna Akhtar, Mahira, Miyaji. You three are courageous, and you are our hope. As elder generation, we could really count on you and many, many like you. Thank you so much for your inspirational stories, and it was so motivating. It was so moving to listen to your experiences. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And that's all for from this session. And I'll give the mic back to Laura. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you very much, Tanzila. And thank you so much to Yusra, Maimuna, and Myra for sharing your personal experiences. And again, to Hira and Belinda, it's really great to have so many young, committed women on our panel. I'm overwhelmed, to be honest, by how much you have managed to do and achieve despite the challenges that you've faced. So, congratulations. We do, as UNDP, we really do look forward to taking today's discussions forward in terms of contributing to a common platform for women, young and young and less young, working in this space. And we'll be reaching out to participants to better understand how we might achieve that. UNDP, together with other UN agencies, is also working on a strategic communications campaign during the 16 Days of Activism to disseminate messages on social media derived from research that we've been doing with partners on hypermasculinity and violence. We will be happy to share these messages with the mailing group from today's session and would request your support to amplify the messaging so that together we can promote behaviour change around violence against women. To close today's session, I wish you all a successful 16 days of campaigning and hope that together we are able to make the case of the urgent need to reduce violence against women, and that we are able to translate this commitment into policy and then into action. For this transition to happen, we require commitment and action from all stakeholders. And as such, we are happy to partner with all of you to keep pushing for this necessary change. On behalf of UNDP, National Dialogue Forum, and the Australian High Commission, we thank you all once again for joining, and I wish you all a good afternoon. Thank you.